I'm very proud of my kids. I thought they played, just a lot of heart, especially in the fourth quarter, going down the stretch. I think we grew a little bit, and it's been kind of a crazy season where I just feel like we haven't been able to get a rhythm. Obviously, we're probably playing our best basketball when we first part of January, and then you have to reinvent yourself. And I can keep talking about it. And it's not an excuse. It's just our why and where we are. But I'm excited about the next steps, postseason play, and I think we've proven that we can play with anybody in the country. That's our 5th top 5 game, and I think we've handled ourselves pretty well. So we'll continue to learn from it, and I think we will go well from these experiences.
We'll start with Caroline.
Coach, can you talk about your defensive adjustments in that second quarter near the end?
Well, we had to do a little bit of something different because Clara had 2 fouls, and we knew we wanted to continue to keep her out there. So we went into the game with a game plan of trying to mix it up a little bit, and we knew we were going to use some zone. That was a reason for us to go to it at that particular time. And I thought the kids did a really good job adjusting. And today was just about pure heart, determination, and the way that they played. We didn't play well. We didn't have a flow pretty much, until we were getting the basketball to her. Very proud of her, Clara, you're referencing. And Thursday night, she did not play well at all, and I challenged her. In front of everybody because we've invested a lot, but we need a lot from her, regardless of how she feels. And she responded. We had workouts on Friday and Saturday, and her intensity was at a different level, and it carried over to today. And so I thought we got a rhythm when we got the basketball to her, but we just have too many wasted possessions. You can't have a lot of wasted possessions against a team like South Carolina.
Larry, Brad, Drew.
Early in the game, it looked like 5 point Asia was struggling some out there for you. And as the game went on, it seemed like she got better and better for you. What did that kind of do? Did it surprise you at all that she did that?
Well, I can't say it surprised me, but it was welcoming. And I think your assessment is pretty on. She didn't play well on Thursday. I think she was over, and then she came out and it was kind of like a lingering, kind of like a little hangover. And then we were relying on her. We needed her, and she snapped out of it. She made some good plays and saw the ball go through the basket. And I think that really started to settle her down a little bit. But I thought she did a tremendous job of running the team, and I was proud of her effort. And I think she learned a lot tonight.
Clara, Coach Staley was talking a little bit about you in here a few minutes ago, but just talk about the challenges that Medina, for you tonight, and how you overcame those.
Yeah, I mean, she's obviously a great player. She's big. But I got myself in foul trouble early, like you said, and that's on me. So I wasn't able to be as aggressive as I would like to down the stretch. But she's a great player. She's big. And she does a lot for them. She rebounds really well, so she's a tough player.
Drew, Noah's on.
Kenny, you mentioned the season's kind of been up and down for you guys, but thousands of girls in our blue grass remember this as the first team, including my own. Can you just speak on the impact that these 5 seniors have had and this season in general and what it's going to do with the postseason?
It's funny. The landscape's changing, and our first few years, everything was always, you had people there for 4 years, and it's tearjerker. You're always crying, and but this group is a little bit different, obviously, because we've only been here 2 years, and Amelia and Tiani have been here 2 years. Jordan's been here 2 years, played 1. Tony's only been here 1 year. Josie's been here 1 year. So it's a little bit different, and it's because they haven't been here for a long time, but their impact is very powerful. And what they've been able to do, because if you look back at it, obviously right now, we're a little upset. We wish we could have done a little bit better. But if you look at what we've done in 2 years' time, we've not only, every week we've been here, we've been ranked. We've had some big wins. We just talk about playing top 5 teams, and almost beating them, having a chance to beat them. But the biggest thing that they've helped do is they've helped create culture. And we have tremendous culture. Kids come in, they're very businesslike. They represent the university to the utmost. They're great kids. They value their education. They're very respectful to anybody and everybody in the community. And that's what you want to ask, anyone. That they can be role models, for the young girls who are coming up, because sports sometimes, kind of goes left, and you see all these, attitudes, and, sometimes you watch and you see on ESPN, there's a big fight, and, we still need to be, role models for these young girls. And me being a head coach for 25 years, being in women's sports, having 3 daughters, I know the impact of a team. My daughters still adore a point guard named Dawn Evans that I had when we were first at James Madison. And they're all grown, they still see Dawn, and they're just like in awe because of the way they fell in love with the way Dawn approached the game. They can see Clara Strack, who's a pretty girl, Tiana Key, who's a pretty girl, and they can come out and they can still be rough and tough and knock you down and be physical and be athletic. And so they understand that, and they take that responsibility very seriously. And I'm as proud of that as I am of anything, in the way that they've represented, in the way that they can go out in the community and be tremendous role models for the future.
Noah, John, Sierra.
Coach, the NCAA selection committee released those top 16 seeds this morning. You guys on the outside looking in, I think there are 4 Big Ten schools kind of picking off those last spots. What do you feel like this team needs to accomplish? Because obviously you've shown you can play the best of the best, but the runway to kind of notch more victories on your belt and show your case is just the SEC tournament at this point.
Do you want coach speak, or you want me to really speak my mind?
Speak it.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care about any other team. I don't care about any other league. I don't care about any other situation. I just want to get there and get healthy. I don't care where we have to play. I would love to play here, and we're going to do everything we can to put ourselves in position to do that. But if we have to go on the road, we're battle tested. We've been there. We've been at these places. We've been at Vanderbilt with a chance to win. We've been at Texas with a chance to win. We won at Louisville. We're fine. We're fine. So we're not. So basically, what I'm saying is, I'm not scoreboard watching. I'm not like who's in, who's out, who do they play. I'm just worried about getting us ready. And this is one of the first times, that I've been like that, where I'm not worried about seeding or whatever, because it's different. And I know this team can play with anybody. As long as I have them ready and they feel comfortable and feel confident, we'll go anywhere. We'll go anywhere and play anybody. And that's what I'll get them ready for. Good question though, but that's my honest assessment.
John, Sierra.
Kenny, I've been asking you about physicality from day one, and you keep proving me wrong. Talk about the rebounding today.
Well, we're tough. we are tough. She's one of the toughest players in the country, right? Regardless of her stature, she will battle with anybody. Tiani will battle with anybody. Amelia Hassett will battle with anybody, and we'll go out and after a while, it was just grit and determination. And we're a tough basketball team. I know a lot of people want to label us as finesse because we shoot a lot of threes. Did we break the record tonight?
We did.
Okay. But we have the best center in the country. We have great compliments to it, and they know they'll go rebound the basketball. And so I think that's what's going to give us an opportunity to play with anybody. And it doesn't matter. That's probably the biggest team in the country. And we went out there and we out-rebounded them, and it was from determination.
Sierra, Drew, and then Connor.
Coach, Dawn Staley said Tony Morgan had a mistake, but in crunch time, she wasn't out there on the floor. Would you be willing to share the decision in keeping her on the bench as opposed to having her in at the end of the game?
I'm very proud of the kids who went down the stretch and played hard. And you look at that situation, we outscored them essentially 15-4 in that fourth quarter. And things were going well, and Asia Boone stepped up, and she was running the team to our liking. And I was very pleased with our performance, the way we were playing at that moment.
Clara, we've seen teams come at you really physical, sometimes crossing the edge into a little bit more than fouls. How do you play through that frustration? Do you, what do you do to just keep going and keep playing the way that you do, like you did tonight?
I mean, I think just playing off of it, giving it back and then playing to my strengths too. I don't try to let it frustrate me, like, that's just how they're gonna play it. That's just how I'm gonna have to play too. And if I stay like unfrustrated and steady, like, it doesn't bother me at all, because I know that I can just get around it or like do something to counter that.
Connor, Brad.
Coach, you said in your opening statement, you all grew again, and obviously all these matchups, these top 5 matchups, you want to come away with wins, but what exactly is the growth that you're getting from a game like this or these Vandy games that
Au
you're going to take?
contraire, we do have 2 wins against the top 5
You
teams.
do?
Yeah.
Obviously, you want more.
And again, we're good, okay, and I'm not being overconfident, I just know what I see. I know what I watch when I watch, teams around the country. And to your point, we're not one of the top 16 that's in the reveal, but I don't know if there's 16 teams better than us. And I'm not, it's not coach talk, it's just what I see, what I feel, and it's what we continue to work towards. And that's how I feel, that's how I feel. When you can go out and you can say, well, we didn't play, we didn't make 15 threes to, have this game be as close as it is. We played a different style. We helped South Carolina. Have they scored 60 points all year?
No, this is the fewest that we've had.
So I mean, we're one of the better defensive teams in the country. And it's funny, we have a tremendous bus driver, and his name is Sandy. And Sandy, he drove down to Auburn to take our managers back and forth. And after the game, he looked at me and he says, "Coach, I think your defense is pretty good." And I looked at him and I just started laughing because I'm nitpicking all the little things that we need to do to get better. But you know what, I thought about it and I didn't say anything for about 5 or 10 seconds, and I said, "Sandy, you know what? You're right." And because they play hard. We're not conventional, we're not as fast, but we're tall, we're long, they're smart, they cover for each other, they contest, and then they go rebound. And that is the reason why, you can be in position to hold somebody like South Carolina at 60 points. Because I think their last game, didn't they score like 115 or something like that? So that's pretty good. So it is encouraging. It's very encouraging, but it's only encouraging if you know you're going to work harder to fix some of the mistakes that you have.
We'll close it out with these 3. We got Brad, Sierra, Dylan.
Coach, so you played great tonight. You've been close many times here, but the little things sometimes matter in these close games. Talk about layups and free throw shooting, and how do you get past those in the tournament?
Which time?
In either tournament.
Okay. What did we finish? 21-9? Yeah, is that right? 21.
Yeah.
Okay. We're 0-0 now. Brand new ball game. All right. And that's the approach, because it does not matter. Doesn't matter what you did in the regular season. Everything is going to be wiped clean now. It's a fresh start. Mentally, if you've been playing, bad, or you wanted to fix something, it's a fresh start. If you're good enough, you'll have mentality. You can carry out your good play over. But we need to, in a 1 possession game essentially. You make some layups. There's nobody more frustrated than me. Because we get the basketball where we want to get it to, and we have to capitalize on it. But we will, because I've seen them do it. And when they do it, we're really good. And so we'll just continue to work towards that goal, and I think we'll be ready. And I think once we get to the NCAA, I think everyone will have a fresh start. They'll get some massages. They'll relax a little bit. They'll do some things normal people do, and then we'll get ready to embark on something that I think can be special.
Coach, not a win, but how important was it to have Savvy and EMAC here in HMC to experience a game like this?
It was tremendous, and that's why they came here. They're 2, wonderful people. They actually just got back from Japan. They went to Japan with their team and got to play some games over there, do some cultural, experiences. They're great kids, and for them to be able to see it, their families being able to be here to enjoy it. But it's also great too to have Georgia. That was kind of a tease. She sat directly across from me, and there was times where we locked eyes, and I was just like, man. But the building was full, with people that had either Michaela Epps texted me right before the game. She'd say, "I'm in the building." I'm like, "Okay, can you play?" A lot of people here, just really shows where we are and what we can do to continue to grow this growth of this program.
Coach, the head coach of the other basketball team on campus learned that you can't say anything about officiating. So,
And he has a bigger paycheck than I do.
so I'll ask the question.
Is that like a standard fee? Or
I
is
asked
it?
somebody out, it is for football and men's basketball, but we're unsure about women's basketball.
All right, well, tell me how much it is. Let me see if it's worth it or not.
So I guess I'll ask the question different than I did at Auburn. But with the girls fighting back and continuing to find opportunities after you were visibly frustrated with some foul calls down the stretch, what does it show about the poise and the veteran leadership you have on your team, the way they continue to fight back after those few calls where you're visibly frustrated?
Let me tell you this. All right, and I'm being serious. I am not trying to sugarcoat. I'm not trying to butter anybody up. I thought they did a good job. I really do. There are some calls that maybe didn't go our way, but I'm sure when I look back at it, there were probably some calls that did go. And those three in particular, they were very communicative. They were willing to talk. They were willing to listen. So as I sit here right now, there were a few plays. There were a few plays that I'd like to look at again because I saw them very quickly. But that I do not think that was the reason. We needed to make some of the layups. We hit some of the free throws. We don't do some of the other things. We don't put ourselves in that position. And that particular crew, they were good. They communicated. They talked. They listened. They got yelled at. But so I'm not going to hang it on that. And it was a tough game, physical game. They got to make some nonsense. And I don't say that for every game, but for this particular game, that's my assessment.